Hey everybody, welcome to Ezekiel's Army. Again, as I've said before, this page is predominantly for prepping and such, but I consider protecting our wealth, securing our wealth for what I believe is going to be a collapsing economy, I think is imperative and a huge part of prepping. I don't hear it talked about a lot among preppers about securing your ability to continue in commerce as society collapses. If and when it does, I'm certain it will. At what point, I have no idea. Could be 2 days, could be 2 weeks, months, could be 2 years, folks. I'm not going to hold my breath. But the whole objective behind prepping is to always be prepared, not 6 months from now, but now. And so we want to do things. And I'm a little bored tonight. I got a couple new packages in the mail today, some orders, and so I thought I would open those up here on the video and discuss some of the opportunities there are for investing in what I believe to be an incredible opportunity for people, even at the current prices for precious metals right now. I still believe they are a steal at this price, even though we were buying it much cheaper. My gosh, back in the 70s, you could buy an ounce of silver for $2.35. Just think if we'd began buying it clear back then. But who knew? I'd like to think I'm smarter, that we're all a bit smarter now than we were back then. Maybe some of you weren't even alive in 1973 or 2 or 1 or 78. I'm dating myself. I was born in 1962. So anyway, I got some packages. I thought maybe I would open a few of these and just show you what I do. Like I said, I have a short attention span. And so I like to do all sorts of things to keep stacking silver interesting. These people that I order from, some of this stuff here was from eBay. And like I said, folks, I don't recommend, unless you know exactly what it is you're doing or buying, I don't recommend that you spend a lot of time purchasing products from eBay. There are just as many good vendors and equal to crooks on there, and unless you know what you're doing, unless you know what you're getting. This here is a professionally graded coin in MS65 condition, which is mint state, 1951D. Mint marks have a lot to do with the value of coins. Their rarity. This one isn't overly expensive, beautiful coin, and expensive for the year because of its fantastic condition. MS65, the best you can get is MS70. And so as you can see, for a coin of this age, it's in just incredible condition. The fact that these coins even exist is phenomenal. And so I invest my time in some of these things. There's another one, 1943 in MS65. I mean, imagine a 1943. Try and get that where you can see it. I apologize. These cameras are so funky trying to get them to tune in. But a 1943P Philadelphia mint, which does not possess a mint mark on it. Philadelphia's never do. Except for in the more recent state quarters coins, they began putting the Philadelphia mint mark on. But anyway, let's open up a couple more of these and see what we got. I order enough, it's kind of a surprise. I never really know what I'm getting. Like I said, some of these people package so well. Really impressed with the amount of time and effort they put into this to ensure that your package gets there in good shape. I know there's a piece of paper in there. Set that over there, put that over there. $1916 Walking Liberty $50. This is what they would call a key date, folks. Very expensive coin. And again, I bought this off eBay, but you got to know what you're buying when you get into coins like this, because it'd be real easy to be ripped off. And I don't recommend that anybody beginning in stockpiling silver makes purchases of this nature, you'd want to be more along the lines of things like this. This is a generic silver round called a stacker. .999 pure silver. This coin is meant to mimic the Morgan half or silver dollars. But you can pick these things up pretty reasonable. I think the cost per ounce for these generic rounds are still in the 30s, like $38, $39 a piece, as opposed to the more premium silver in the Morgans and things of that nature. Things with numismatic or collectible value. But that coin is meant to mimic. These are things, you can buy these by the rolls, folks. An actual Morgan silver dollar. Like I said, you can still pick this stuff up fairly reasonable. Even with the current asking price, you can still pick these things up fairly reasonable. And like I said before, folks, the dollar's going down while silver and gold are going up. Look at the charts. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do a little bit of research and find that what I'm saying is true. And like some of this stuff still has, no matter what, a little bit of numismatic value. These are what you would call a piece dollar. And you can pick these up by the roll, although they're a little bit scarce right now. It's hard to get your hands on these in any type of bulk amount, because I'd like to buy stuff like this in larger amounts. But these are the kind of things I would probably recommend that a new silver buyer would focus on. You can get rolls of Franklin half dollars. So what do we got next? Let's see what else we got sitting here. I got another box. I told you in the last video that I was trying to put together a complete set of Washington quarters. And in part of doing that is picking up proof sets, because it's the best way and the cheapest way to get a lot of these quarters. And so I take my time and go through and find proof sets that are for sale. This one came from Timers Coins, another eBay seller. And they do a good rating system on eBay. That's one of the good things about it. You can kind of see who's going to rip you off and who's not, just by looking at how many people and their compliments. You get feedback on eBay. That's one of the good things about eBay. This is going to take a little bit, but if you got the time, I do too. I like unwrapping coins. This stuff I bought without the boxes because I didn't need the boxes. All I'm after are the quarters out of these things to help complete my George Washington $quarter mint set. And as you can see, these are some beautiful coins. Oh, it's so reflective. Just reflects everything, doesn't it? Shooting the screen right back at us. Almost aggravating. But I buy them like this. I don't need the boxes because all I want are the quarters. I don't even need the case. I'm going to encapsulate these. I'll break them out of this and put them in their capsules like I showed you on the other quarters. So I picked these up like this. That one is a, what do we got here? 2014. These are all silver sets too, folks. I haven't even got into the mint sets, although I think there's probably some in this box. This one is the year 2000. But you can see these things are just in incredible shape. The technology put into minting today is unlike anything in the past. Although the artwork on the older coins was much more beautiful. The older coins just looked like they had value. The coins today almost look like play money. Now the artists and stuff they use. What do we got here? 2001. Some of you might recognize some of these coins. And something else I want to mention is that silver and gold are tax-free, folks. So when you take your money, your hard-earned savings, and purchase silver and gold, it's not taxable. Not in the state of Michigan. This one's a 2003. Sorry about the reflectivity, folks. It's just really hard to get a good, there you go, that kind of helps. But you get an idea of just how beautiful these coins are. So this is how I purchased them to finish off this set, and it's cheaper this way. If you were to buy the coins individually, you'd pay a lot more money. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, the time they spend on packaging, like I said, I'm really impressed with a lot of these vendors. They do such a spectacular job. We got 5 sets here. Yep, now these are non-silver. These are just standard proof sets, clad, what you would call them, non-silver, copper nickel, just like what you'd have in your pocket, except these are proof coins as opposed to coins made for general circulation. Wish I could get that where you could see it without the reflection. It's just a beautiful set. So anyway, I won't show you all of these. So I picked up, what do we got here? So I covered a big swath, 5 coins at a time. We got 1999 here, 2000, 2001, 2002. They put them in order for me. Beautiful. 2003. Okay, like I said, those are clad or copper nickel. So we have these. That was 2014, year 2000. And so I'll pick these all up like this to finish off my, and I'll do the same thing with the mint sets. I'll just buy government minted mint sets in 2003, all silver. And save myself a lot of time and probably a lot of money. Like I said, these things are typically more valuable if they have the boxes with them, but as I said, I don't need the boxes. I'm after the quarters. What we got here? 2004, 2005, 2006, 7, and 8. So I covered a huge swath here, folks. Hey, there's my state coin right there, Michigan. Look at that. If I can get it up there where you can see it. Yep. This is how I spend my time and my money, folks. And as I said, this is for the primary purpose. Number one, I enjoy it. But the primary reason is truly to secure wealth. These are some 5-ounce gold bars. There's so many different things, different options when it comes to stacking silver. These are 5-ounce silver bars. You can buy these in any quantity you want. If I can get it out of the box. But these are even nice. That's a 5-ounce piece of silver right there. And you can pick these up. There's hundreds of varieties of these things. I mean, the options are limitless on what you want to buy. But you can pick these up. If you get enough of them, you can pick them up in a box. Like I said, these places are very professional about what they do. It's come a long way since the 60s and 70s when it comes to stuff like this. Then you have options for things like this. This is a United States Mint limited edition silver proof set. And again, for the beginning collector and stacker, I would stay away from these. They get a premium price for these. They're very expensive. But if you know what you're doing, and again, these things are all silver. These are silver proof sets, limited editions. And they're just absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure I can get these out of their holders. Probably not. Yeah, I'm not even going to try. But anyway, you get the gist of it. And I'm just trying to show you, folks, as I said before, I'm just trying to show you options of what there is out there, different ways to secure your wealth. I think it's incredibly important. Watch videos, learn as much as you can to start getting into the more finer. I collect, like I said, for 2 different reasons. One is that society is going to collapse and it's never coming back. And so I will continue to use things like this, precious metals and other tangible commodities, so that I may indulge in continued commerce. And then there's the other facet, which is the potential that society is going to collapse, whether it's economically or on some other level. and it's going to heal itself. Which in that sense, then I guess it would be considered at my age, at 58, I'll be 59 here soon. I'll use it toward retirement or whatever. So folks, I appreciate you showing up and watching these videos. I just like to share little things like this. There's so many opportunities for us to protect ourselves from the juvenile behavior of government, because that's really what it is. It is absolute remedial juvenile behavior. And this is how we do it. This is how we secure our wealth. Now, I don't care how much gravy you put on this stuff, on these coins, it's still going to taste like crap, okay? So there's always the need for food, water, medications, antibiotics. Go to Chewy.com. You can pick up fish antibiotics. They're exactly the same antibiotic you would get prescribed from a doctor. Now, I'm not giving medical advice. I am not a medical professional. I'm just telling you that in an austere environment with a grid down, with access to no medical help whatsoever, these are the things we can do to safeguard ourselves and our loved ones in case of an emergency. Look what happened in Texas. Same thing. And how many times has this happened? Look at the hurricanes they had down south years back. Hurricane Katrina. Look at the devastation and the suffering that took place. How many people died? How much loss there was? And very few of those people, I assure you, were ever prepared for what was about to happen to them. Disasters happen without warning. Some man-made, some natural. It's irrelevant. I believe in being prepared for all things, whether it's economic, whether it's natural, whether it's man-made, whether it's civil discourse, civil breakdown and civil war, whether it's government tyranny, imposing high taxes. The list just goes on and on and on. Pardon me again while I take a drink of my cup of coffee. I can't do anything without coffee. I appreciate all of you being here, folks. I really do. I hope you listen. If you have questions, list them. I'll do my best to answer. List them in the comment section of these videos. If you like this video, if you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to do my best to continue to put out as many videos as I can, sharing as much information as I can about what it is I do. I'm just an average guy, okay? Doing average things, living an average life, and trying to share the lessons I've learned in my 58 years of life with other people that I'm sure are enduring the same stresses and concerns that I am. And just doing what I can to share what I know, what I've seen, what I've done to safeguard myself, my family, my loved ones, my friends, educating my neighbors, educating my community, as best I can. That's all any of us can do. You know, deep down, we're all leaders to some degree. We all have an expertise in something. And so that's what it's all about, creating a community of like-minded individuals with a diversified set of talents. Because no lone wolf is going to make it through a collapse or a disaster or a catastrophe. Look around. With all the environmental changes that are taking place right now, none of which are due to our carbon footprint or cow farts. But regardless, build a community of individuals. Call it what you want, okay? Call it a neighborhood watch. Call it a neighborhood safeguard, whatever you want to call it. But create a community of individuals that are trustworthy, that you know, that you trust, and get together and make a plan for situations like Texas so that nobody has to suffer during a disaster, whether it's natural or man-made. I love you guys. I sincerely mean that. God bless each and every one of you, and I hope to see you again on the next video.